Good morning, dear students. Today we will discuss about two-dimensional list in Python. Before starting 2D list, we must know that there is a difference between nested list and 2D list. Nested list means a list inside a list is called nested list. We know that a list contain any kind of data type as its element. It can be a integer, string, list, tuple, anything you can store in a list. Okay, so here you see that 11 is a integer, 22, 23 is a list, 14, 15, then again it's a list. So you can see it is a combination of multiple data types. Okay, so nested is a combination of multiple data types. Okay, now coming to the 2D list. 2D list is a list. In a simple way we can say that a the list which can have rows and column is called 2D list. Okay, now here you can see that this is one dimensional. A linear line is a one dimensional. When here you see that there are two lines, one is representing the x and second is representing the y. This is called two dimensional. Okay, here this is x, this is y, this is z. This is called three dimensional. So in two dimensional list there are rows and column. Okay, so here uh, this is representing the row. This whole is a row. Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. This is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. Okay, so this is a basic idea of to-do list. To-do list is in the form of rows and column. If you want to work with to-do list, we will work in the form of rows and column. Now, coming to the definition, a two-dimensional list is a list having all its element as list of same shape. Okay, now what does it mean? It means that to-do list, in to-do list all the element of the list are list. Here you are seeing the example. This is element 1, element 2 and element 3. All three elements are of list data type, and all three data types have a same shape. Here are two element, here are two element, and here are also two element. So you can say that a list a list can also have similar number of element, then it is called a 2D list. Okay, now there are basically two types of list. One is uh, regular two-dimensional list. As we see in our previous example, it was the regular two-dimensional list. What are the properties of two-dimensional list? All of its element must be of same shape. Wow. You can see that every element have a same kind of sub element. And the next is the length of two-dimensional list tells about the number of rows. Okay, so if we find the length of that list, then what will be the output? Output will be number of rows, and the length of single row gives the number of column. If you want to find the number of column, then what will we do? We will find the length of single element. The length of, because all the elements are having a same shape, if we count length of any element, it would give us the number of column. Now ragged list has a different shape as its element. Uh, okay, so you can say that you can see that here are three element and there are two element. So here number of elements are not same. If this is a condition, then it is called the ragged list. Okay, now This is our matrix. Okay, matrix is also a kind of to-do list. Here you are seeing that this is row 1, this is row 2, and this is row 3. This is column 1, this is column 2, and column 3. Here row starts from 0 and column also starts from 0. If you want to represent each and every element, you will see this is column 1, column 0, and row 0. This is a 0 and 0 index. This is 0 and 1 index. This is 0 and 2 index, and so on. Okay, so if we want to represent it in the form of Python, so we can write it as that. Okay, this is the way to write a to-do list. Okay, here you see that all there are total 3 elements. This is a regular list, and in regular list we have already learned the 3 properties. What was our first properties? The length of list is a total number of rows. So if we calculate the length of this, so length means total number of element, and there are 1, 2, and 3 element. So if we calculate the length of that, it will be 3. Okay, so which tell us there are total 3 rows. Okay, so these are representing the rows, and now inside a single element, each sub element is representing the column. This is column 0 representing column 0, this is representing column 1, this is representing column 2, this is representing column 0, this is representing column 1, this is representing column 2, and so on. Okay, so how can we represent it? This is a way of representing a list in a it is a way of representing a to-do list in a Python. Now, how to print each element? Okay, if let us suppose it is a list M. Okay, now if we print, this is M0, this is M1, this is M2. Okay, now if you want to print 2, how can we print? We can print M0 1, M00, because row is 0 and column is 0. If you want to print 3, what we will write? M01. If you want to print, what will M21 print? First is the first value will represent the row. The 2 will be 0, 1, 2. So here it comes in 2, and 2, 1. 1 means this. It will print the value 3. Okay, so this is how we can work with a to-do list. Okay, now that we have already discussed that total number of rows is number of element in a list, and how can we find out? By simply find the length of the list. Now how can we find the number of column? Number of column is number of element inside a single element. Okay, now this is an element, but this element contain sub element also. So if you want to calculate number of column, we calculate how many elements is stored by this R0. Okay, so how can we calculate it? How we calculate it? By simply calculating the length of 2, 3, and 5, or we can write it as length of M0, because 2, 3, 5 is nothing but index 0. Okay, so by writing this, we can calculate the length of column. Sorry, we can calculate the number of column. Okay, now coming to the program. Before coming to that program, we will go on our ideally, and we will do some programming part as well. Okay, wait. So what we will do here now? First of all, L equals to 1, 2, 3. Now what is this? This is a simple list that we use. L equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 a no, this is a nested list because a list inside a list is called nested list. Now we will see another example. Now what is this? This is a rag list because here there are two elements and here there are three elements. So this is a rag list. And here we are. Oh, sorry by mistake. Uh, one more element we will write here. Okay, so this is called a regular to-do list because here every element are of same shape. Okay, now if you want to access, how can we access? We will access like len l. Okay, so len l is 3. Okay, if you want to print l, it will print the whole list. Okay, or we can say we can print the l, it will print the whole list. If you want to print l0, it will print the 1 and 2. If you want to print uh, this 2, then how can we do? It is 0 and 1, it will be printed like this. So how, this is how we can work on the to-do list. Okay, so if you want to traverse a list, then how can we traverse a list? We will traverse a list by using two for loop. Let us suppose this is our list. Okay, and we have to traverse that list. Now see student, there are two loops. The outer loop will always control the row part and the inner loop will always control the column part. This we have already discussed in our pattern programming. Okay, in pattern programming we have already discussed how to control the rows and column because all the pattern program are based on the matrix. Okay, so if you want to traverse it, then how can we do it? Control Z we can do here, and after that simply we can write print J. Okay, if we do that, okay, J, then if we run like that, then see what will be the output. 0 1 and 0 1. Okay, sorry by mistake. I think we should print J of J is storing the index value, so we will store L of J. Okay, now if we run L of J, what would be the output? 1 2 4 2. So if you want to print individual element, then we will write here L of ij. Okay, so now we will run that and you will see that each and every element will be printed one by one, 1 2 and 4 2. And this is how we can control our to-do list. Now student, I have some assignment for you. What you have to do that here you can convert all 2's into 20. Okay, now there are two. In here you will see two, and here you will see two, and you have to convert these two into 20. And how can you do that? By simply writing that code. If I give each and every element, we can traverse by writing this. It equals to 2. Then what we will do, like L I J will be 20. Okay, now after doing that we will print the value of L. Okay, now you will see the result. Okay, so there is a mistake there. We have to use equals to double equals to. Okay, now you will see that every 2 is converted into 20 here. Now how it happened? Now in our first loop you will see that ln of L. What is ln of L is number of element. There is, this is element 1 and this is element 2. So how it is work? It will be 2 and it will run for 0 and 1. Okay. Again in J loop we are calculating the ln of I. Initially I will be 0. So here we are calculating the length of L of 0. L of 0 mean this whole part, and this whole part again containing the two values. So this length will be again 2 and it will again take the value of 0 and 1. And so initially it is 0 and initially j will be 0. So this will be 0 and 0, and 0 and 0 means 1. It will be tested. Okay, so this is not equals to 0, then nothing will happen. Now again j loop will run. Now the value of j will be 1 and I value will be 0, and it will check the 0 and 1 value. 0 and 1 value is 2. Okay, so now this condition is true and 2 will be converted into 20. Okay, now j will loop will complete its iteration, and it now I loop will run again. Now our I value will be 1 and initially j value will be 0. It will check the 1 and 0. 1 and 0 means this, and here you will see that it is not equal to 2, so it will be skipped. Now again it will be run. I value is 1 and j value will be 1 now, and 1 and 1 again you will see the 2, and 2 is, this condition will be true and 2 will be interchange with 20, and finally our result will be change. Okay, so student, this was the basic introduction of to-do list. In our next session we will uh, learn how to insert to-do list manually by by user input. Then we will learn how to do matrix addition, matrix multiplication. Okay, so that's it for today, student. Thank you and keep revising.